With the safe return of the Elves from the loathsome clutches of the Orcs, the Council of Silvermoon has resolved to combine the armies of Quel'Thalas with those of the Alliance of Lordaeron. As a show of their support, a mighty fleet of elven destroyers have been sent to help safeguard the Lordaeron mainland. In preparation for the arrival of these ships, Dalen Proudmoore, Lord of Kul'Tiras and Grand Admiral of the Lordaeron fleet, has ordered that you begin the construction of naval facilities near the township of Southshore. There is some suspicion that the Horde has constructed a secret base near the mainland, so it is imperative that you begin building your defense with haste.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Warcraft Orcs and Humans, but Warcraft II Tides of Darkness. I'm sorry, not enough sounds. Anyway, yeah, I'll never stop saying that, I'm pretty sure about that. So, yeah, sorry for pronouncing Quel'Thalas. For some reason I thought it was pronounced that, but evidently it was not. But that's okay. So, we have the Elves on our side now. Apparently Elves are the seafaring people here, which is, well, among other races, which isn't really all that much out of the odd because, hey there, because the Elves are actually seafaring people in Tolkien's Lord of the Rings universe as well, of which a lot of modern medieval style fantasy is based on. So we have to build 4 oil platforms. There's a couple of oil patches here, but I'm pretty sure there's at least one which is currently under Orc control. So, oh yeah, not enough gold. Well, whatever. For now, let's just have you hang around here. We don't actually have to kill all the Orcs here, even though I think their base isn't particularly large. They have a base somewhere to the south, which isn't really all that surprising. Oh, look at that, seals or critters. I think in the German version they translated sheep with sheep and then called everything else sheep as well, because the boars, the seals and the sheep is actually essentially the same unit except with different skins. But yeah, whatever. So, get some more peasants going first. Because we have to build, if you have to build a fleet that's sorta kinda expensive, oh really, not enough gold. That's sorta kinda expensive. So how much gold's left in here? Not that much, but we've got a second gold mine here. And I don't think we will be raided very often here. They might send some stuff, but I don't think it's going to be that big an issue, so... And we now also are hearing the human soundtrack. So both Orcs and Humans have their own soundtrack, which loops just indefinitely. But it's fairly lengthy. I think the combined soundtracks may be 45 minutes to an hour long. And I think I like the human one a little bit better. I like both of them quite a bit. And even though, oh yeah, not enough food, naturally. Even though there's a couple of tracks from Warcraft Orcs and Humans which I like a lot, I like this soundtrack here better. So, but the one from Orcs and Humans is pretty good as well. It's just this one here even improved beyond that. So I probably want some lumber as well. Actually, I need some lumber, because otherwise I won't be able to build those ships at all. But that's one thing at a time. For now, let's get all the gold we can. And actually, I'll maybe delegate one or two of you to wood chopping duty. So let's get, let's get that lumber mill straight away. You please don't get in the way here. There we go. And, oh yeah, should probably get more peasants, even more peasants, otherwise this will just take forever. The very first time I played this game, ages ago, Seal, what are you doing? I didn't really, I could actually beat it, but I didn't really play it properly. I just built very few peasants, so everything just took forever. Like the last final missions took something like 3 hours or so. But maybe the game was also, there we go. So maybe the game was also running a little bit slower on my old machine, maybe. I don't really remember. But it's not that important. Now I've got obviously my computer now can run this game. Actually cannot run this game with ease, because running this on Windows 7 is Not as easy as one might think.
Okay.
Let's just get another one of these here. It's possible. You can either run just a virtual machine. You can also run it in a DirectX running application. I'm running with it in windowed mode. Otherwise it's just a little bit too blown up. So windowed mode makes it a little bit more comfortable to play, in my opinion. Oh, not enough gold, naturally. So now we've got enough gold. And operations are on the way. We could improve this, upgrade arrows. It's essentially the same as the trollish X upgrade, but it doesn't really matter all that much. I think I want a couple more gold miners and then let's gather resources. Let's just send you over to this mine here. Let's just check out how much is actually in there. And yeah, otherwise we're pretty much good to go. We need a fleet that's decent because here you join these guys here too. Because we will have to face a couple of ships to secure those platforms. That is how much was it? That was 20,000. That's pretty decent. For this mission here, that's perfectly fine. Another one here. And more of these. And the seal here seems to want to go through here, but can't for some reason. So I'm not quite sure whether these guys will ever land troops. They might just not do it. Maybe I should get a barracks just to be sure that I could defend myself. Yeah, let's just get a barracks. Might not be necessary, but if they do attack, their force will probably be small enough that we can react in time and just build a couple of units in case my units I have here won't be able to hold them off. So yeah, so the alliance theme is really something that only came up with this game here. In the first Warcraft, there's really mostly orcs and humans in the armies. There's a couple of exceptions. You have undead, naturally. You've got demons and spiders and stuff, but those are all summoned units, and they're not really a core part of the alliance. It's not like there's like an undead kingdom that's part of the alliance, or the horde for that matter. In fact, they're not even called the alliance and the horde because they aren't really the alliance and the horde yet. Or the other races are probably just hanging around saying like, yep, you do that, I'm not really concerned with that. Or maybe Azeroth just has less fantasy races, who knows. As in the kingdom of Azeroth, and not the continent of Azeroth. I don't even know if that was retconned as well in one way or another. It doesn't really matter, so we're pretty good here. Let's chop more wood. And you get me that sweet... Actually, I might not even have to... Actually, of course I have to build oil platforms, but I might not even need all that much oil, to be honest. So, but for now, let's just wait and watch our peasants do their work. It's almost like Majesty. Little bit hands-off-y. And we could explore a little bit, but I don't really want to get this guy here sunk, so I probably want one or two more of these destroyers before I move out, because otherwise you just end up wasting more resources and then having to rebuild everything, which then takes longer than it would have taken if you just had taken your time. Anyway, I'm not quite sure whether you can win these missions just by killing all the enemy troops. I don't think you can. I think you still have to fulfill those objectives, which is understandable, but at the same time you could also argue that if you murder everyone, then it shouldn't be an issue. Some RTS games do that, where if you kill all opposition, you automatically win the mission, especially later. I know it's not the case with Warcraft II, where there's this one mission where you have to defend the chronosphere, and if you destroy the Soviet base there, which is actually not as difficult as one might think, then you don't get any advantage out of that. So I should build a second one here just because I can, and it's not that expensive anyway. And you know what, I might as well get a couple more wood choppers, because wood chopping takes longer than gold mining does. And I will need a little more wood in the future. So let's get one or two more of these. And once you have like 3 or 4, then we can move out and sink whatever orc ships we find. You are chopping air. But that's the limitation of your chopping animation, which I'm okay with. No, but no, my immersion is broken. May as well build 1 or 2 more of these. Because... there we go, so... Build one more here. How expensive are those again? Never mind. And nope, still not done here, but that's okay. And you chop some more wood. I'm pretty sure we don't even need the second mine. Oh, actually, maybe we do. Maybe we do indeed. I think I'm just going to send you over there just in case there land troops there, which is unlikely, but you never know. So you can walk over there already. So let's build one more just so we can make sure that we really have enough firepower to kill that. And why do you always try to go through here and then it doesn't work? Well, never mind. So, and that mine almost exploded. How expensive are these? Again, not that expensive, so we might as well build a couple of those. But these platforms, they will also need to be paid for, so naturally we'll need to... There we go. So, got 4 of those. We need to pay for those as well. Oh! More farms, of course. So, you guys, let's get over here. Same goes for you. And you move out, and oh, look at that. We found the secret orc base, which is essentially within sight of our base, but whatever. Hey, troll. Boom, dead. So, speaking of boom, dead, I didn't know that the trolls are a seafaring race, but I know that at least according to later lore, the trolls are quite an old race in the Warcraft universe, and there's several kinds. I think the trolls we fight here are forest trolls. But there's also ice trolls, definitely, and I think the trolls are also relatives of the elves. At least, I think they share the same ancestry, or the trolls are actually one of those ancient races that other races are descended from. Something like along those lines. Anyway, time for you guys to claim some oil derricks here. Or oil patches, rather. Are they called oil patches? I think they are. For some reason I have severe trouble memorizing this game's terminology in a lot of regards, but that's okay. So they always call you captain here, even though it's kind of unlikely. I don't think you're the captain of all of these vessels, because that would be strange. So you build me another one of these here. So it is called an oil patch. I'm happy with that. So, and yeah, a couple more shots. Also, are those unicorns? I think those are unicorns. Do unicorns ever appear in the Warcraft universe apart from being a heraldic symbol? I don't even know, and it's probably not very important. Anyway, let's just see what we can do here. Probably nothing really important, but that's okay. Let's just attack their base here for no particular reason. We're waiting for these platforms to build themselves. We may as well do that. This is going to take a while. Unupgraded basic ships. Yeah, those are going to need a while here. But that's alright. Let's get some more gold. I think it increases your score. If you want a really high score, you can... I'm not quite sure whether time matters, but if it doesn't, then for the high score, just get all the resources you can. Especially in the later missions where the opponent usually starts with a gold mine with, I don't know, 1 million gold or so. And there we go. Almost ready, and ooh, we might actually... No, we will not destroy this in time, I think. Not that this really matters, mind you. And there we go. So that should be it, I think. Or do we actually have to... We don't have to... Oh yeah, we do not have to destroy the base. There we go, and we are a peasant. That's a buff servant. That's disappointing. Oh well, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. Take care and... goodbye.